Hello everybody, my name is Tom Vasel and you are watching the Dice Tower. We are doing a live game today. I was fortunate enough to get a copy of Quadropolis from Days of Wonder / Asmodee / Fantasy Flight. And so we are going to be playing this game live here, me against all of you. So we're playing a two-player game. Hello. And I'm going to explain the rules of this game because I've already played the game in its basic form. I'm going to first go over how to play the game. So we're going to be playing, the game comes with a basic format and with an enhanced format or an expert format. We're going to be playing in the basic format. We're also going to be playing a two-player game. I'm going to be yellow and you guys are going to be blue. Alright, so the goal of this game is to get the most points. We're going to get the most points by taking buildings from here and placing them into our city. There's going to be 4 rounds of building. You have the possibility of getting 4 buildings each round, so it's possible to completely fill up your grid. The different kinds of buildings that go into your city are going to give you points in different ways. Alright, so first let's talk about how to play the game. One person's going to go first, so I randomly picked me. Alright, and on your turn, you're going to pick one of your architects. You'll notice you have them numbered from 1 to 5. Now, when you pick an architect, let's say I pick number 1, I'm going to pick an empty spot around the board. So let's say I pick this spot here. Since I picked number 1, I'm going to take this building here. If I had put it here, I would get this building here. So depending on where you put the number is going to determine which building you're going to get. Obviously, I'm not going to put it here, although if I was forced to put it there, well, then I just wouldn't get a building. So let's say I put it here and took this building. Now, each of these buildings, let's take a closer look at the building. Each building is going to give you something based on the top left-hand corner. This one gives you 2 energy. Also at the bottom, this one requires 1 worker at the end of the game or you will score no points for it. Now, once you get it, you're going to be able to put it into your city. So let's say I took this one here. I played a 1 to get it, so I can put it in row 1 or in column 1. So maybe I put it right there. It's up to me where I put each of the buildings as I get them. The resources that I get for it, I can put to the side, or I can place them on other buildings. You can place them. You can rearrange them however you like. Although at the end of the game, you're going to have to decide finally where they go because some buildings you may not get enough resources to power those buildings. Now, once you take the building off the board, we're going to put this gentleman here in that spot. That means the next player cannot take any tile in the same row or the same column. So if you chose 2, you would not be able to go here, for example, because you could not take this because it's in the same row as the black pawn here. You also cannot place here because I'm already there. So as the game goes by, there's going to be fewer and fewer spots open. By the way, you may be wondering why some of these tiles are not turned over. That's because some of them say 3 to 4 player game only and some say 4 player game only. So you randomly will place all the tiles across the board and then you'll flip over all the ones that don't say 3 or 4 player or 4 player. So if I was playing a 3 player game, then this tile would be available. And if you're playing a 4 player game, all 4 tiles are available. Now, after you get them, you place them in your city. Now, one more thing, and this is important. When you place a building in your city, remember I used a number 1. Let's say I used a number 3. If I use a number 3 here, I would get this one, and I could put it in row 3 or column 3, or some buildings, specifically the residential buildings, can stack on top of each other. They're really the only building you're going to want to stack like that. And you can put a building on top of another stack if the number you play is the number of the building in that stack. So if I have 2 buildings in a stack in my city, I could place a 3rd one on there by using the number 3. That's all the rules of playing the round. Whichever player takes this piece here, you'll notice this piece here has the starting player marker on it, the mayor, and whoever takes that one will be the starting player of round 2. And there are 4 rounds in the game. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to explain how each of the buildings score. Now, this is going to be kind of tricky because you're going to have to kind of remember this, but you know what? I'm playing against probably 100 people, so I feel like I'm just going to take my advantage there. So, I have this little card here, but you're just going to have to remember this, although you probably can find this online if you look hard enough. So we'll talk about residential buildings first. Residential buildings are going to score for how high they are. And also, by the way, if you have a residential building and it's on top of another residential building, one energy will power the entire thing. So that's a convenient thing about residential buildings. The residential building each residential building will score for its height. So if it's one floor, it's 1, then 3, 6, and 10. So you can see that if you have a level 4 residential building, that's really valuable. Parks are going to score for each residential building that they're next to. So you'll see that a park is going to score 2, 4, 7, and 11 for each residential building that they're next to. It doesn't matter the height of the building. That would still only count as one building that a park is next to. Each park, also at the end of the game, you can put an energy token on it, which you may want to do because at the end of the game, each extra worker and energy that's not assigned to a building is going to lose you a point. So extra energy will cause you points, but parks can absorb 1 energy each. Then we have shops. Now on a shop, you are allowed to place these workers. They're shopping in those areas. You can place as many workers on a shop as you would like, up to 4. And if you have 4 workers in a shop, it's 7 points. 1 worker in a shop is worth 1 point. Then we have factories. Factories produce various amounts of energy, and factories will score 2 points for each shop that they're next to, and 3 points for each harbor that they're next to. Speaking of harbors, harbors are easy to remember. Harbors will score points for how many you have in a row. So if this was in a row, it's worth nothing, but if I have 2 in the same row, they'll be worth 3, then 7, and if you get 4 in a row, that's 12. Now notice if you have something in a row and a column, it will only count for 1 of the 2. You can't, a harbor will not score for both a row and a column. And then finally, we have special buildings, and you'll notice this special building in particular is worth 2 points, no matter what, so that's useful. But these, you'll notice that there's 4 different color quadrants in your city. You will get points for having one of those in each quadrant. You have 1 on a board, it's 2. You have 1 in all 4 quadrants, and you get 14 points. So that's how we score. We'll score at the end of round 4. I'm going to pause here. And we're going to look at each of these, but the first thing we need to do is I need to pick somebody from you all. I'll need a volunteer who would like to be the person who makes the final moves. Everybody else can give that person advice and stuff, and we'll switch it throughout the game. So I might say, oh, okay, so-and-so, now you're in charge. And so, you know, each person, so someone tell me if you want to be in charge, and if I see someone want to be in charge, I'll pick them as the first person, and we'll go from there. And then we'll start. Now, I'm going to type in the video comments how I want you guys to type a move. So what you'll do is you'll pick first. You're going to pick which architect you're going to be. So let's say you pick 3. And then you're going to tell me what spot you want it in. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's 20. All right, Devin. Devin is the first person who is going to be doing the guys. So if you are going to put the number 3 in space 20, you would just type that on the board, 3-20. I just showed an example of that in the comments, so you know what that means. Then once you get the tile, when you put it in your city, you just say the row first, then the column. So if you're putting it in 2-3, you would say 2-3, which is pretty easy. Let me look at the urbanist here, which is the black pawn. Oh, your architect cannot point to the urbanist. I wonder if I was taught incorrectly when I first learned it. Okay, well, that's fine. All right, so I was incorrect on that part, guys. So let's go against internet. If the urbanist is here, you cannot point at the urbanist. So you can still get a tile from that row and column if you have a tile that points to it. So I could point here and grab this tile. I apologize. I am going off my knowledge of the rules for when I was taught it. I may have been taught wrong, or I may just be a stupid dunderhead who forgot that rule. But that's why we have a whole 1,000 peoples, because I can make rules mistakes with all these people, 100,000, 120 people watching. All right, so I'm going to do my move, but I'm also going to type how my move works so you can see what I'm doing here. So let me take a look here at the board first of all and see what piece I want. There's a lot of good pieces on the board. I think I'm going to want people, so I'm going to take number 3 and place it here in spot 3. So I would type 3-3 to show where I'm putting that. And taking this building, and I'm going to put it in row 3, column 1. So I'd write 3-3 and then 3-1. That gives me 3 people, which I'm just going to put here on the side because I don't have to put them in my thing first. And the urbanist goes here, so you can't point into that direction. Okay, so again, I would type 3-3 and then 3-1 to show where I put the pieces. All right, Devin, it's your turn. You guys are the blue team. Other people, you can help him out. And where does he wish to go next? As time goes by, if I get a chance, maybe I'll move the camera around and show you a more close-up of your area as time goes by. Right now, we're going to do this wide shot. This was the best way I could figure out how to fit everything in for now. So, my first initial move was to grab that residential building. I'll tell you what else I considered. So if you've never played before, I considered taking this building here because it's worth 2 points, and getting 4 of those is not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea maybe to consider taking the one that gives you 3 energy, or possibly one of the 2 harbors that give you 2 people or 2 energy. So there's a lot of good decisions that you can make. None of the buildings are bad, but you'll find that your city gets more constrictive as time goes by because you have fewer places to put things. But either way, Devin says 310 to 13. Okay, so 310, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 310. So you'll be taking this one here and to 13, placing that there. That gives you 2 people. And what I'm going to do in this game is I'm going to power all buildings automatically. At the end, we can decide if you want to change something. And then that moves this here like that. All right, so let me see. What do I want to do now? Well, you know what? I think I'm going to go here so that I can retain going first next round. This gives me another person, which I'll put here. And since it's a level 2 that I played, I can put it on this building. Even though that's another 3-1, I can place it on top of that one because it's the level 2, and I played architect number 2. So I moved the architect there. I moved the urbanist there. All right, Devin, your turn. What would you like to get next? And you'll notice that we're not going to get all the tiles. That's just the way that this round is going to work out. So, what are you going to do next? By the way, while I'm playing this with 2 people, and it works fine with 2 people, I actually really enjoy playing with 4 because I feel like there's a lot more going on. That noise you hear is me shaking up the tiles in the bag for round 2, so I can be ready to pull those out. People are giving all sorts of different advice here, different places to move things. And since there's only 4 rounds in this game and there's really only 16 turns that players will have, I'll give you guys some more option, you know, some more time. I'm not going to push you as fast as I might push you in another game to what you're going to take. What are you going to do? Most people are recommending that you take this building here. Some people are also saying to take another harbor. All right, 212 into 23. So we can take 2. It's going to be placed here, grabbing this building, which moves this guy here, and then placing it into 2-3. And that one's also going to be automatically powered. So you're technically winning the game because you already have 4 points. You have 2 points from having this, and then another 2 points because you have one in the pink quadrant. All right, let's see. What do I want? Now, you have to be careful, too. You got to watch your numbers. Sometimes you'll take a building just to mess the other person over. If there's no place they can place a 1 or a 4, for example, then they would be in trouble. I'm going to need energy, I think. I have half a mind to take this harbor so you guys can't get it. But I don't want to... That's not a bad idea. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to place the 1 here, take this harbor. That's 1, so I'm going to put it down in this corner. That gives me 2 energy, 1 of which I'll place to power the residence. And then the harbor has a guy in it. And then this guy, the urbanist, moves there. Oh, you want to put you decide to move your building here? That's fine. You said 3-2. Not a problem. We're real easy going here because we ain't playing for money. I don't think we're playing for money. I'd be in trouble. All right, turn 3, Devin. Which would you like to do? I don't know why people are asking me to turn over the 3 to 4 tiles. It doesn't really matter if they're there or not, does it? They're just there to show where a tile would be otherwise. All right, so anyway, by the way, I'm going to let Devin run the whole first round, then we'll pick someone else to be in charge for round 2. All right, some people are saying 118. Take the big factory. What will you do when they come for you? I made a small mistake. Oh well, no big deal. This feels like a manual Twitch plays. I don't know what Twitch plays is, so I'll say thanks. Maybe that's good. But you can see there's really a lot of cool options. And yes, your options will be restricted as time goes by. But I don't know. This game plays fast enough. And it gives enough deep thing. I know that placement of tiles for maximum points is not everyone's shtick, but I think the theme works okay here, and I kind of enjoy how the whole thing comes together. I also love the artwork. It has that mini game feeling. Someone asked Evan to redo his thing. I must have missed it. You posted a question mark after it, so I wasn't sure if that meant you wanted to do it. 118 to 1-4. So 118 to 1-4. Putting a factory there. That's going to give you 3 energy. And it moves that guy here. And does, ha ha, you guys blocked what I was going to do. Because I was going to place this here, because I wanted to get that park. That would have been a useful thing for me to grab, but I can't because I can't point at the urbanist. In fact, I don't really have a lot of options. You can see I can go here and take the factory, which I don't really want another factory. I can go here and take the store, which may not be a bad move. I'll consider that. I could take the store this way. It doesn't really matter. And I really don't have much. Oh, I guess I could take a factory there too. But I don't really want another factory. What I really want is that, that, or that. But I can't get those with the 4. So let's see. If I'm thinking about where I can. You guys have a 4 left yourself. So let's. I'll go here for now. And place this here. This gives me a store. Stores get points for being next to harbors. I played a 4 to take that. So I'm going to place it there and power that up. BE word is a good idea. The chatting player type move before your final selection. That's a good idea. So type move and then type your move. Otherwise, you're just talking to everybody else, like what should you do? But once you type the word move, boom, it's set in stone. All right, this is the final turn of round 1 of 4 rounds. A lot of people are saying do 420 to take the other special public building. So what are we going to do next? I can see I'm fighting groupthink here. Some people are like, wait. Well, while we're waiting, I'll also mention that there is a score pad that comes with the game, and they have enough here for you to play a lot of games. By the way, I can tell you guys already, this one's going in my collection. I really enjoy this game. I don't know if it will stay in my collection forever, but for now, I'm really pumped up about this one. So still waiting to hear the final move. Remember, if you fill up an entire row or a column on your town, then you will not have any places to put those numbers later on. Wow, there's a lot of discussion on this one. People are talking about where everything goes. This is where I lose internet because I don't have this discussion. I have 3 or 4 voices in my head, but not nearly as many. There's 153 people I'm playing against currently. All right, but we should probably have a move at some point so that we can go on to round 2. So Kabuki Kid says that the part where you pick the tiles does reminds her a bit of Targi, and I would agree. All right, Devin, I'm going to have to call you out. You need to make a move, or I'm going to just pick the last move I see somebody say. But I need someone to make a move here, because we can't have too much AP. I've given you guys a lot of time to decide here. So I'm going to give you, I think, 45 seconds from when I say this, which is, since there's a 30-second delay, doesn't give you much time. 420 to 44. Didn't write the word move, but that's fine. To 44. So placing that there. There's no one to put something on that. All right. Fantastic. Devin, you pick a new leader. I'm going to go and set up the next board. Hopefully you guys will pick a leader at that point. Since I took the start player, I'm still going to go first next round. We get these back. We'll clear the board. Woo, look how pretty the back of the board looks. All right. So here's the board again. And we're going to draw tiles starting from the top and moving down. Another factory. Another civic building. Here's a harbor that gives a person and energy. Another store. A residence. Another civic building. And a park. We have a factory. That's an upside down one. Another residence, another park, another residence, another residence, this one's upside down, another factory, upside down, oops, upside down, another residence, that's the start player one. A harbor that gives 2 points, upside down, and another store. What do I want to do? By the way, I realize I put this one next to this and I didn't need to. They don't actually score points. But that gives me a good idea. All right, I see Epion is in charge now. Okay, Epion, we'll do that. Let's go over points again, just as a reminder. Residences get points for being in stacks. 10 being the most, 1 being the fewest. Parks, for each residence that they're next to. 2 being the fewest, 11 being the most. Stores, how many people do you have in that store? 7 being the most, 1 being the fewest. Factories, give you points if they are next to harbors and stores, 2 and 3, respectively. Civic buildings, depending what corner of the board they're in. If you get them all 4 corners, 14 points. And harbors, how many do you have in a row from 0 to 12 points? All right, so Epion is going to go, but I get the first move here, which is always a good thing. I'm thinking that's not a terrible... Yeah, I know. I'm going to do this, I think. I'm going to take my 3 and place it here, which gives me this. And since it's 3, I can make it the 3rd level in a building. Although, honestly, I could have... It's in row 3 anyway, so it doesn't matter. So that's the 3rd level in that building, which gives me 3 more people. I'm just going to stick them all in that store for now. All right, that was my turn 1. Epion, it is now your turn. What move will you guys do first? Don't forget to give him ideas. Don't forget that we're starting from here, 1 to 20. You'll say move. What architect? So 2, 3, because he'd be in position 3, or 2, 19, he'd be there. And then what row and column you'd like it on your main board. It is possible that you will take a building that you cannot place on your board because of the number, in which case the building is just discarded, and you may end up doing that near the end of the game as a spoiler. By the way, the insert for this game is really well put together. Look at that sucker. It's really nice, but it's Days of Wonder. So what are you going to take? So some people are saying go to 310 to take another harbor, which is not a bad idea since that is 2 points and it's a harbor, which is a pretty good idea. If you're just tuning in for the first time, my name is Tom Vasel. I'm from the Dice Tower, and I'm playing against you guys. Epion is doing anything. Epion is the leader for you all, but you can give him ideas. We are playing Quadropolis, which is going to be out in stores very soon. Tom vs. Millions. I don't think so. It's Tom vs. 153, and since probably 80 of those people are just watching. All right, here's the move. 310, 2-3. All right, so 310 is here. We're taking this, and it's going to row 2, column 3. We're going to place it here. So that's worth 2 points. It's not going to get you any, it's actually, these bonus points don't count unless you get a guy in it. So remember, you have 3 buildings here that need people in them, or they score nothing by the end of the game. So you're going to want to make sure that you get people. All right, so anyway, that moves the urbanist here, and my turn. Now I'm half tempted, let's see, to get a park. But I also need probably more energy. What do I want to do? That building is just too good to pass up. I'm going to take this one, I believe. I think I'm going to do this though. No, I want to do this. So I'm going to take this, and that puts it in row 1 or column 1. I'm going to stick it here for now. So that's going to go up there, and I'm going to stick a guy in it right away. Moves the urbanist there. All right, your guys' second turn. One of the interesting things about this game is it's really not possible, unless you are a human calculator, which I'm sure 3 or 4 of you watching are. It's really not possible to figure out who's winning. I can never tell. I can look and go, ooh, I'm doing pretty good here. But I couldn't look at your board and say how much better you're doing. I don't know. Even in round 4, now sometimes in round 4 you'll be like, there's no way I'm letting him get that particular tile. But either way, it's your guys' turn to go. For those of you tuning in, when they put these architects out, this is a certain number on the architect. When you place it somewhere, you will get the tile in that position if there happens to be one there. You cannot put a tile on top of someone else's tile, and you cannot put a tile that points at the urbanist. Once you get the tile, you have to put that tile in the row and column of the number that you're matching, or at the height level that you're matching. So since this building here is level 3, I could put this 4 out, get in a building and put it in level 4 if I so desired. Someone said good block? You guys think I was trying to block you with that? Guys, I am the nicest gamer. I would never block you all. Okay, I apologize. I'm lying on video now. Yeah, that was a block, a bit. But it was also a good building I grabbed. So sometimes I will take a lesser building to block somebody, but if it comes at for me, I would usually rather take the building that helps me out more than block somebody else. What game is next? I haven't decided. I am debating on Seven Wonders Duel and or Paperback. Although Paperback's problematic. I want to play Paperback, but I don't know how to keep people from cheating and just typing in the letters they have into a word search engine and coming up with the best word. So Paperback may not happen. I haven't decided what's going to be next. I have a few other responsibilities at my church today, so I can't spend all day doing games. I have to get some other things ready. I run a children's program, Awana, at night, and so there's a lot of things I have to do to get ready for that. Also, Eric and I are recording tonight our episode for next week. And my new video editor is coming in town to look for a house tonight, so there's a lot going on today. Tomorrow, Sam, me, and Z will be doing a live Q&A. There may be some live gaming tomorrow, but I wouldn't count on it. I would count on more live gaming on Friday, then of course more on Saturday, of course, with Rado. All right, so 2-4. So you're taking this one here, moving the urbanist here, bunch of jerks, and going to 2, 1. Placing that there. You guys really need people. You really need people. Alright. Well. That's interesting. I think I'm just going to go for this here. So that's 4, going up and taking that one. The urbanist moves over 1. And that's level 4. I'll add it here to this residence. And that gives me another person. I'm just going to put 4 people in this shop for now. Alright. Y'all's turn. What time will I do more gaming today? That all depends on when this game ends. Which honestly, this game is really cranking along. We're almost halfway done. And it's only been 35 minutes. That's with me giving a rules explanation and with there being a 30-second delay and you guys debating longer on your turns. This game is not really that long of a game, so I'm pretty pleased about that. As to what game will be next, we'll see. And for people who think that people don't cheat on the internet, right. You're waiting for the Dice Tower Mega Save live stream. You may be waiting a really long time. I don't think... We have one person in our game group, I think, who would do that, and that would be Jason Levine. Even Sam, maybe in the right circumstances, you could talk me and Sam. Actually, we have some guys in our game group who probably would play too, but I don't know. Did you guys watch the live stream of it? The one that J.R. Honeycutt and all them did? It was so boring to watch. Not because they're boring, but just because they were all sitting there staring at the board for a long time. All right, 415. That's here. And 4-3. So you're taking this one here, moving that over, and putting it in 4-3. So there's a harbor place there. That gives you an energy and a person. Again, I'm going to put the person here for now, but you guys can decide later on if you want to move people around. It's not that big of a deal. Let's see here. I have a 2 left over. There's not many places to put a 2, is there? I can take another residence there. I could take that store there. I have a lot of extra people, so a store may not be a bad thing to take. What do you think, Jen? Oh, Jen's not here. Man, I'm really tempted to take another residence. Oh wait, the park. Yeah, the park is my best bet. I don't even know why I was debating that. I'll take that park there and place it here. Which moves this all the way over here. And now it's you guys' final turn. You have your number 1. What would you like to take? By the way, before you take this, let me look what happens. Yes, if you guys don't take this tile here, I will go first in round 3, because I still have the mayor pawn. If you want the mayor pawn, you have to take it from me. Here's a dice tower for no reason. We don't have any dice. But we can throw some meeples down it. Yay! Epion says 114, 4-1. So 4-1 is here. That gives you another person, which again I'm just going to put here for now. And it needs an energy to run, and also gives you the mayor token. So you're going to go next, first in the next round. Okay, so you guys need to decide, while I'm resetting the board up for the next round, who's going to be the leader of round 3 and make the moves. You guys are playing excellent for people who've never played the game before. Fantastic moves all around. So let's put tiles 3 in a bag. Forgot to put them in ahead of time. And let's shake them up. Alright. Everyone is like, I don't want to be the person in charge, but who cares? The game's fun. Alright, we're starting with a park. And another residence. And a face down tile. And another factory. And a face down tile. And another park. A face down tile. A face down tile. A face down tile. Well, that row's not going to be very much fun. Alright. Ooh, that's a good harbor. A 2-point harbor. I know you guys want that. A 2-point civic building. Another factory. A bigger factory. A residence with 2 people. And a park. And another face down one. And another face down one. A harbor that gives 2 people. Another store. Another face down tile. Another civic building. Another store. That tile's face down. Another residential building. Hey, and there's the first player marker. Alright. So who is it? I need to mix the tiles more? Nah, it's a pretty good mix there. Ed Wordle is the leader of the evil team. Alright. Well, you guys are evil, so we're just going to call you Shut Up. I'm sorry. We're going to call you Secret Cabal for short. I believe that's a synonym for the evil team. So you guys need to pick your first move. If you remember, when you make your move, Ed Wordle, you'll say which tile you want to use. So let's say it's 3 and you want to put it in position 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would give you that tile. And then you'd say where you'd put it on your grid. Real quick, let's look at your city as it lies now. That's your city. You have used a spot. Every spot on the board, you have 8 spots left. You're going to get 8 more buildings. This is my city here. And this is the board. This is kind of a close-up of the board. And let's get back to where we were. I'm going to move this up slightly. There we go. When you use the word, when you actually want to move, Ed Wordle, just type the word move and then type what you want your move to be. Whew, there's a lot of good choices on this one. What to do? I don't know what I want to do. I'm going to just wait to see what you guys do first. If this game went up against Adventureland for the Spiel des Jahres, who would win? I don't think this game will be in the Spiel des Jahres. I could see this one certainly being nominated for the Kenner Spiel, but I think this one might be a little too heavy for the Spiel des Jahres. I might be wrong on that, but I'm thinking just based on the last few years that this game would not be the Spiel des Jahres, especially when you throw in the expert game, which has more buildings and different things going on. Ed Wordle says move 3-9 to 3-3. All right, 3-9. So you're taking this one and putting it in 3-3, which completes your harbor, gives you 2 people, and we'll put one of them there, and we'll throw the other one there for now. All right. Whew. Well, so be it. I'm thinking this might just be me. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to go first in the final round. So I'm going to go here and take that mare pawn back. Thank you. And I'll place that one here, which gives me yet another person. All right. Over to y'all. You guys do have 4 harbors in a row, which is a good chunk of points. And you also have urban buildings in 3 of your 4 corners, which is also a good thing to have. Unfortunately, your last harbor, your last urban building is in, the only spot you can put it in is in a 2-4, and this one can't be gotten by 2 or 4, and this one can't be gotten by 2 or 4. I don't know why I would be looking at things like that. Let's not call me any names, since I'm an evil developer. How does the complexity of this compare to 5 tribes? I would put this on the same complexity. At least the expert game would be on the same complexity. The basic game is a little easier than 5 tribes, for sure. Please don't bring politics into the Dice Tower. I will ban anyone who says anything political in any sort of way. Please don't do it. We're talking about games here. All right, so Edwardle, what do you want to do? Kabuki Kid says Suburbia is better than Quadropolis. I agree. If you watch my top 10 city building games, you'll see my number 1 was Suburbia, but my number 2 was Quadropolis. They have very different feels. Quadropolis feels a little bit less like building a city, but man, guys, I don't know what it is. I just like this game. I will go over the expert version once we're done with this. I'll show you some of the tiles. There's some new tiles that come into the expert version. There's a few changes that are made. And I'll go over that when we're done playing this game, because I'm going to need to flip over a couple boards. Can't we vote for mayor? Not in this town. In this town, apparently whoever builds the mayor a residential mansion. I guess. Yes. Alright, so I'm just waiting. 1, 2. Alright, so 1 going here and taking this one. That gives you 3 more people. 1, 2. And you are placing it on top of the other tower because that's in row or column 1. Excellent. Alright, great. And you didn't block my move, so I'm pleased with that. Although, what was my move again? Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this one here and place it here. That gives me 3 more energy. I'll stick 1 in the park for now. And 1 there. Alright. It is y'all's turn again. Someone mentioned Days of Wonder has an expansion lineup. They actually included an expansion in the game. It's called Playgrounds. Playgrounds replace some of the parks, and what a playground does is it gives you a person, but does not let you get rid of pollution. The rest of the rules for parks still apply. It's a mini expansion, and they replace some of the tiles. You just look at the number that says A, and it replaces the regular numbers. This comes built in the set itself. So what y'all gonna do next? I know what I'm going to do. No, I don't. Yeah, I do. Nope, I don't. It's not that you're polluting the parks, it's that the parks are taking pollution out of the air. That's basically what it means. So you're not actually polluting the parks, you're just pulling it out of the air. It kind of reduces the pollution in a city, I think. Edwardle says his brain is moosh. No, you still have 2 moves to make. You can't go moosh yet. All right, yeah, you guys are filling up your board. Because I did the residences, I have more free area on my board, but that also doesn't mean that... All right, oh, 4-4-4-2. All right, so 4-4, bloop. And putting it in 4-2, putting a shop there. We'll energize that shop. No, wait. Yes, that's right. Okay. All right, what do I want to do? I have that option there, which I'm considering. And that is taking this and building another level on my thing. Although getting another harbor would be a pretty good idea too. It's just I can't put the harbor where I want to put it. So that's not as useful. I wish I had saved my 3. Another store might not be a bad idea. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for another store for now. So I'm going to go here, take a store in 2. Store gets points for being next to a factory, so we'll put it right there. We'll put these guys in it and power that sucker up. Moving this over here. All right, final turn for you guys for this round. What are you going to do? How many games has the chat won against Tom so far? I believe all of them. I beat them in 1 round of Onitama. I lost in the Duke. I didn't play in the next... I didn't play in Magical Athlete. I definitely lost the Duke. And Concept, I just was playing... You guys were like guessing from me, so that didn't matter. And I'm pretty sure the consensus was Melody was doing a better job than me, so I think I lost there. And then whatever we played late last night, where my mind has gone blank. Oh, Adventureland. Yeah. Oh, I got 2nd place, though, out of 3. So, Eduardo, what is your final move going to be here? You have a 2, which doesn't really give you a lot of options. You can take this tile or that tile. And that's really it. So, I mean, oh no, I'm sorry, you can take the park too. The park for 2. I mean, if you think about it, you can really take one of that square there. So, you get this, this, or this. I don't know that me nipping political things has to do with being a dad. It just has to be doing with wanting to have a polite, friendly thing. The political landscape today is incredibly mean and nasty, and it leads to really huge arguments. Is this what I do when Sam, Z, and Jason aren't around the game? It is not what I do. I work really hard on the Dice Tower. There's a lot of administrative stuff in the Dice Tower that I'm doing all the time and setting up and such, and even just recording reviews. Because I'm doing all these live games this week, I'm not actually recording reviews. I'm doing this instead. However, Sam, Z, and the rest of the crew did reviews, so it kind of works out. You get a lot of different stuff. And I did partake in a Miami Dice. We're doing Walled City, which is going up this week. This is not the last round. This is the last turn of round 3. Walled City is going up Sunday. A Miami Dice version of Walled City. And then next week, I'm super excited about next week. We're going to be doing lots of live streaming from Gamma Trade Show. So that will be fun. All right. Well, remember, you only have 3 things to pick from, so let's make a move here, and then we'll get to round 4. Oh, I'll start putting these tiles here in the bag. That's a good idea. And shuffling them for the final round. Marianne signs in and says, "Good morning, all. How far behind is Tom this time?" We don't know. Edwardle says 2-6. All right. And place it above the other factory. Not a problem. And that gives you another energy. All right. And then my final turn with a 4. I can take a factory. I can take a park. Park's not really useful to me. Factory is not horrifically useful to me either. That's really, oh no, I can take a residence. I'm thinking I want the residence. Yeah, I want the residence. So here, I'll take the residence, and I'm going to place it here. That gives me 2 more people. I'll stick them both in the store for now. And that's that. All right. So that's the end of that round. So thank you, Eduardo. All right, choose someone to be the leader of the final round, round 4, while I'm setting this up. So you guys pick who you want to be the next person, the person to make the final moves, and then we'll have scoring. Placing these up here, I'll be going first on the last round. All right. Chuck is leaving and says defeat the Vasel. People can be so rude. All right, here we go. That one is upside down. Here we have a factory. Here we have a harbor worth 3 points. This one's upside down. That one's upside down. Here's the residence with 3 people. Here's a harbor with 2 energy. And that one's upside down. Let's continue on here. Upside down. There's a residence. Upside down. Upside down. Upside down. There's another residence. Here's a factory that gives 3 energy. And a park. By the way, in case it's not obvious, there's not gonna, well, hang on, let me put these all up first. Here's a harbor that gives an energy and a person. Another civic building. Another store. Another residence. Another civic building worth 2 points. Another store. Another park. And another factory. Well, that's how the luck of that tile worked out. The whole bottom rows are full. Alright, so I get to go first here, and I got to make sure I make this one count, because I really want to get as many points as I possibly can. I have some ideas, but I think we're going to start by taking another park here and put that park right there. All right, your guys' turn. Oh, I didn't pick who the leader was. Who? Norway. Norway. All right, Norway is the leader. I do not know how to pronounce your first name there. Is it Flopusen? Flopusen? Well, I apologize. So I'm just going to call you Norway because it makes it easier. All right, so anyway, you guys have the first move here. This is the final round here. Some people are saying move, put out that residence to get out more people. Some people are saying get a 3rd floor on your residence. Someone says, I don't know if anyone is badgering you about it, and I'm so sorry, but how are the Kickstarter rewards coming along with getting them sent out? Well, first of all, we said they would be sent out in May or June, so we're not even close. I am working on getting them, and there may be a delay on one of them, which is not something I can handle. I mean, that's something I can control at this point, but I do not know. I do know that I have several of them in hand. For example, the stickers are here, but that's like the only one I have at this point. Well, I have some of the promos, but not most of them. So I apologize. I mean, we will get them sent out. It's something I work on consistently, making sure that I get them. All the dice towers have been ordered. The coasters have been ordered. The stickers have been, well, we got the stickers. The play mats have been ordered. The card money has been ordered. So all that stuff is coming in. Either way, guys, waiting on your move here. Yeah, getting another civic building won't help you unless you took this one here, which is worth 2 points, because that's, well, worth 2 points. These aren't the singing stickers, they are the humming stickers. I love these stickers. In fact, I love them so much I ordered like several hundred extra that we can use at conventions and things. I'm going to have to pick another leader soon because Mr. Norway has not given me a move. Am I going to go see Batman vs. Superman? Does that come out this weekend? If it does, I don't think I'm going to be able to go see it this weekend. But I am probably going to see it, and I'm going to go in and see it and say this better be good because it doesn't look that great. But we'll see. Move 213, 2-2. All right, 2, 10, 13 to 2-2. That gives you another energy and another person. All right, did you block what I was going to take next? I wonder. And I honestly don't remember what I was going to take next. Oh yeah, I do remember what I was going to take next. And you did not block it, so I'm very pleased. I'm going to place the 3 here. And I'm going to take this one and place that here, which gives me 2 energy. One which is going in the park, and the other is going to power up that residence. All right. And that moves this person here. Why do Batman and Superman need to fight each other? Crazy. Oh, that means you have not read one of the best, The Dark Knight, one of the best comic books ever written. There's a good reason they fight each other. And I'm rooting for Batman. It's not crazy, just like Captain America and Iron Man are going to fight each other this year. Excited about that too. Could you do 4-7? No, because I'm here. You can't go into that spot. Sorry. You could get it through a 2 maybe, this way, or a 2 this way. But you can't get it this way. Oh no, you can't even do it this way right now because this guy's here. The only way you can get it would be by putting a 2 there, and you don't have a 2. So you could put a 4 here and get it that way. That would be a 4-14. What is my solution for games that have precariously tall sleeved draw decks? I don't sleeve those games. It's a very simple solution. Most people are recommending you do 4-14. Which is one way to spend your energy. Now, if someone says there's no place to place 4-14, you can place it here. Because that's in column 4. Parks also get rid of energy. Yes, 1. So some people are saying get the park, some people are saying get the residence. Which will you do? Either way, you got to make some sort of decision. Wait, I see it, says somebody. The only games that I sleeve are games that have a few cards, probably, that get used a lot. So think of something like Resistance or Werewolf, where the cards are being handed around a lot. 414-14. 414. What? 414-14. You don't have 1-4 free. The only 4 you have 3 is 3-4. Oh, duh. No. Yes. Sorry. You meant 4-1. Sorry. Not thinking straight there, which gives you 3 more people. Alright. Oh, you have a shop, though, so we'll just stick all those people in that shop for now. Alright, what am I... And you did this one, so that goes there. Alright, what's my goal here? I have an idea. That's good, but that would be better. Oh, I already used that one, so that's no good. Yeah, I can't pass that up. I'm going to take this one for the harbor and place it here. And you can come out of that store, and you can come out of that store for now. Alright. Second last turn for you guys. Some people do slave everybody. Sleeve. Some people sleeve every game. Yes. That's fine. People can sleeve their own games. I don't really mind. But like I said, I hate big stacks of cards. And shuffling sleeve cards is a pain in the neck. And yes, every time I say that, some Magic the Gathering players say it's much easier to shuffle sleeve cards. Which is not actually true. It just means that they have learned to shuffle sleeve cards pretty well. I'd rather work with regular cards. Thank you very much. And now the conversation is about... Paul, you were asking a question. How are you allowed to do that? You thought you couldn't take piece in the same XY axis as a black pawn. That was incorrect. That was me saying instructions. You can't point at the black pawn, the urbanizer. You can't point at him. So, for example, on your turn now, you can't put anything here, or you couldn't put anything there anyway. So a lot of people are giving a lot of different things, but it's down to Mr. Norway to make the final decision as to what to take. You have 2 more tiles to put out. $310 to $3-4. $310 to $3-4. Well, that was good because that blocks me in multiple ways. Good final move there. I do not want a factory. Wow, very good move. I applaud you. I do not want a factory. Yeah, you guys really messed me over with that move. But I guess I'll just do this. That's a 4. I'll put it there. And I'll take another guy out of one of these stores and put him on that. Alright, I am finished now. It is your final move. You have a 1. So you can take this tile, this tile, this tile, this tile. You got actually a lot of choices with your number 1. It's just that you only have a few. Well, actually, you can put them in any spot in your city. So you're really doing quite well. So, for those who might just be tuning in, this is the final turn here. As soon as Mr. Norway tells me what to do, we will then go to scoring, and you will see how well everyone has done. I honestly don't know who's winning or who's doing better. It's going to be interesting. Everyone did pretty well here. They got 4 harbors in a row, which is a pretty good, solid thing. They also got 3 things. So there's a lot of discussion here, debate about which one to take, because there's so many options here in the final turn. Usually the final person doesn't have this many options. As you notice, I did not have many options, but you guys played well and saved a tile that you have a lot of different places to put it now on your turn. So I'm just waiting for that final move. Move 117. Wait a minute. 15, 16, 17. I'm assuming you mean 118. And then put it on the final 4 here. I think that's what you meant. You can tell me if that's not what you meant. This person put them in the store there. Yep, okay. All right, fantastic. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna focus up on the 2 boards. All right, so here's the 2 boards, and now we're going to do final scoring. So let's see here, we're gonna put Tom, and over here we're gonna put internet. Alright, so let's start off here. We're going to start with residential buildings. Each residential building is going to score you points for how tall it is and if they're powered. By the way, let me make sure you have everything out. You do. And I have everything powered. I have nothing extra, but you have 3 extra energy. I don't believe there's any spots to put it. You want everyone in one store rather than splitting it between 2, which is the better option. Okay. So anyway, with houses, you guys have 1 stack of 4, so that's 10 points for you. I also have a stack of 4 plus 2 more single houses, so that is 12 points for me. For parks, you guys have no parks. I have 1 park, 2 parks, and each park is next to 2 residences, so they're each worth 4 points, so that's 8 points for me. Stores, you have 1 store with 4 people and 1 store with nobody, so you have 7 points. And I have 1 store with 4 people and 1 store with 1 person, so I have 8 points. Factories, you have 2 factories. This factory gets 3 points for being next to the harbor. This one gets 3 points and 2 points for being there, so that's 5 plus 3, that's 8 points of factories for you. I have 1 factory that's next to a harbor, 3 plus 2 and 2, so I get 7 points. For the civic buildings, you have a civic building in 3 corners, so that is 9 points. I have a civic building in 2 corners, so that is 5 points. For harbors, you have a row of 4 and a row of 1. You could do this one here, a column of 4. You could do this one, but then you would have to do those 2, so it's better to do the 4 and 1. So that's 12, and the 1's not worth anything, so just 12. And I have one of 4, so that's 7. Then we'll take a look at the points that you actually have on buildings. So you guys have 2 extra points on buildings. And I have 3, 4, 5 extra points on buildings. All right, and then minus leftover stuff, you guys have minus 3 there. All right, so let's add these together. 20, 28, 35, 40, 47, 50. I have 52 points. 46, 48. You guys have 45 points. I'm going to show the score pad here so that you guys can tell me if I made a mistake somehow. I think I added these together, right? Let me add them again. 20, 28, 35, 40, 47, 50. Hang on. 20, 28, 35, 40, 47, 52. 10, 17, 25, 34, 44, 46, 48, minus 3, 45. I believe I have the scores correctly. Ah, I missed 2 points for you guys. Yes, you're right. All right, so let's add those points in. So you guys have 47 points to my 52. Well, that is Quadropolis. And I think I'm going to claim the victory there. And you know what? I think part of the problem is that you guys just had this extra stuff. If you hadn't lost those points, it would have been 52 to 50, which would have been a much closer score. So, I mean, getting the 4 in a row here is a good idea, but then you got this extra one here, which was essentially worthless because it didn't give you anything extra. So, if you had put in, how many points would give us another 2 people in the second shop? If you had 2 people in the second shop, that would have given you 2 more points. So that would have been a swing of 3, which still would not have given it to you. Okay, so let's talk about the enhanced game. All right, so with the enhanced game, use the other side of the board. Now the other side of the board, let's focus here on it, the buildings. In this one, you have 5. That's because when you play the enhanced one, you turn everybody over and anybody can use any number if that number is still available. All right, and if you use a 5, there's an area here, you can put ones can go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 in each one of the different areas too that you can place them in. And this one here has a 1, 3, 4, 5, and this one has 1, 2, 4, 5. So there's different spots to place the buildings. So you have a bigger grid and there is an extra round. There's also 2 more types of buildings. There are office buildings. Office buildings are just like residential buildings, except office buildings at the end are going to give you points based on how wide the base of the office building is plus the height of the building. So if you have 5 base and a height of 5, that's 30 points. I've not seen that one happen yet. So that's crazy, you know, a lot of points. And then you also have monument tiles. Monument tiles are worth special points. Each monument scores based on what buildings are next to it. And so you can see here in the rules, a monument next to a factory or harbor will lose points. Next to public service, the civic buildings is 2. Next to shops and parks is 3 or 5. So monuments next to parks can be a lot of points. And then there's a whole stack of tiles for level 5. And you also have some tiles that you will replace. If you'll notice, when we were playing, some of these tiles have different backs. You say classic, you remove those and you'll replace those with tiles that say expert on them, and then you just shuffle everything together. And that's basically the difference between the expert. I personally prefer playing the expert, but I'm also very happy playing the basic. I think both versions are fine. I like the components. I like these acrylic pieces. I don't know, they just have a good look to them. I like the artwork. The symbols are really easy. As you can see, the game itself is pretty cool. It allows you to block other people, but at the same time, you can mess with people. It's pretty cool. So, and we finished an online game with a delay, a 2-player game with delay, with me explaining it in less than 70 minutes or so. That's not bad at all. Now, it will take a little bit longer with 4 players, but this is not a lengthy game. I think it gives you a lot of cool options. It's a lot of fun. As I said, it comes with a great insert to put everything in when you're done, which I have to now clean up the game. So, that's it for Quadropolis today, everyone. Thanks so much for watching the game. I hope I'm feeling good, because no matter what else happens this week, I've won something. So, guys, I appreciate you all watching. Until next time, my name is Tom Vasel, and you've been watching the Dice Tower, and you've lost. Ha, 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 ha. I laugh now because that means next time you guys will get me. All right, roll credits. Ba-da-da-da-da.